Good morning and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. I'm Brian Moritz. Today we're going to be walking you around a Class B van. We've got a 2022 Winnebago Boldt 70BL four-wheel drive. So we do have four-wheel drive from the factory on this Mercedes-Benz Sprinter chassis. It is an option for the Boldt. This one has it. I've got one other one that has it as well. So we'll start by kind of walking around the outside, then we'll head inside, talk a little bit about the chassis, the amenities, all the good stuff. So first thing I want you to notice, we've got almost a full-length Carefree Colorado awning that is going to be a power extend, power retract with a wind sensor. So if it starts bouncing up and down too much in the wind, it'll go ahead and retract itself. And it's also got an LED light strip in the back side of it, so if you're out here at night, you have a little bit of light. Coming back on the outside of the van, we've got a couple things. First, on the right side here, we have a port for a ZAMP solar panel. Now, we already have two 115 watts of solar on the roof, but if we wanted some additional power, we could plug in an external power panel right here. Then we've got a 12-volt power adapter as well as a cable in box, and then two 110-volt outlets down below. Moving to the back of the van, we have the removable ladder from Winnebago. So we've got a little twist knob here. If we wanted to take this off and leave it at home, we absolutely could, but it does give you the ability to get on the roof if you need to. On the back of the 70BL, when we open the doors, we've got hot and cold exterior shower, some external light switches, there's a patio light, that kind of thing. And then over on this side, a little bit of storage. That's going to be, that blue hose is the hose for this exterior shower. Now, what I really like about the 70BL is you can load things from the back of it. So let's just say it's a nasty day out, it's raining, whatever, and you're traveling, you could just throw your bikes or whatever in here from the back without, taking up too much space or having to pull them in through the side door all the way to the back. On the driver's side of the motorhome, we've got the connection for our 30 amp power cord. Now, we don't really need that on a Winnebago Boldt unless you just want to plug it in, charge your batteries up, or if you're in a campground, you could use it. But really, this thing is pretty much self-contained to the point where you don't need external power sources. Down below, we've got the dumps for our gray and black tanks. 26 gallons of gray water, 24 gallons of black water. Moving forward, we've got our city water and tank fill connection. So the top one's going to be city water. If we're in a campground and have water available, we can use the pressure from the park to make all of our faucets work. If we're going out boondocking, we can fill the tank right here, 21 gallons of fresh water. And then last connection is going to be for your black tank flush. So just to operate or activate a sprinkler system inside of that black tank to help clean it out a little bit. And then down below, 16-gallon propane tank. That's going to be everything built in right there. That's your fill, the tank, your cutoff valve, and a gauge all right there on that bottom. It does have a little bit of protection to keep it from getting hit by things on the road. And then open the door, and behind the little hidden door, we've got the fill for our 24.5-gallon diesel fuel tank. So the Winnebago Boldt is built on the Mercedes Sprinter chassis. It's going to be a 170-inch wheelbase chassis, but the entire thing is only 22 feet 11 inches long. So it's a little bit shorter than your standard 170-inch wheelbase campers. Usually they're 24. We're about a foot shorter here. Now we can go on inside. So as we come into this Winnebago Boldt, pretty standard floor plan. We've got the twin beds in the back. So this one on the driver's side is going to be 26 inches wide by 74 inches long. And for you taller people, the one I'm sitting on, 26 inches wide by 81 inches long. So big enough for someone, 6 something. Coming around here, This Bolt does have the option for the dual pane acrylic windows. So if you're going to be out winter camping a lot, I would highly recommend this option, and it'll keep it warmer in here in the winter or cooler in here in the summer. It also helps keep the noise down a little bit. But these are storm windows. They have mechanical props on the end of them. So we have 3 different settings of how far we can have them open to allow for airflow. And then when you're done, push it all the way open and they close. 3 latches on it just to keep a good seal, keep the wind noise down while you're driving. Now with the dual pane acrylic windows, we do get the pull up, pull down shades. So if you pull up from the bottom, we've got our total blackout privacy shades. If we pull down from the top, we've got our solar shades or our bug screen, just to keep the bugs from getting in. In the back, we have a ton of storage. Now for a Class B motorhome, I would say this is about the most storage that you can get. Good size wardrobe here. I know it looks full right now, but that's just all the stuff that Winnebago throws in: sewer hose, water hose, things like that. This shelf is adjustable up and down, or you can remove it altogether or add more. Big storage up top. And then this one is huge to the point where I can't even reach the back wall there. Great for all your clothes. One more storage. Now in this compartment, we also have all of our AV stuff. So if you wanted to add a DVD player, wanted to add a satellite, this is where we're gonna put that stuff. There is an HDMI port right here that is pre-wired to this 27-inch TV. So you don't have to run wires, you know, anywhere crazy. It's all concealed, looks nice. And this 27-inch TV is on a pivot arm, so we can pull it out, face it towards the back, face it towards the front, and it's got the JBL soundbar, which you can use just to Bluetooth your phone to it to play music throughout the motorhome. Moving into the kitchen, we've got the refrigerator down below. Now this is a 12-volt compressor refrigerator. You don't have to have anything additional on other than your batteries to run this. Up top, solid surface countertop, big square undermount sink. And then up top here, we've got the ram mount tray. So you can use this as a spice rack, you know, throw your phone in it, whatever. But what's cool about them is we can move them around to where we want them to be, or we can add additional trays as needed. Moving over, we've got the single burner true induction cooktop. Down below, we've got the Greystone microwave, as well as a couple drawers for additional kitchen storage, things like your cutlery, utensils, great place for them. And then up top, 2 more cabinets for your kitchen storage. Now in here right now, we have all of our manuals from Winnebago, things that will go with you when you pick up your vehicle, just to help you learn how to use it. On the opposite side of the kitchen, we've got the wet bathroom. Now this is a 33-inch wide by 46-inch long bathroom. It is an all-in-one. Enough room in there to get in, do what you need to, and get out. Now with that, we do get an on-demand hot water system in this via the Trumacombi. So you can take an extended shower, but you have to remember you only have 21 gallons of fresh water and 26 gallons of gray water. Moving over into this, we've got a couple different things going on here. So first is our holding tank heaters. Those are going to be heaters for our gray and black tank to keep them from freezing up in winter conditions. Down below, the Winnebago One Place. Here we can check our tank levels. So right now, fresh water's empty, propane's half, black tank's empty. And then turn the water pump on and off, and then also look at our battery levels. Right here, this is telling us that we have a 30 amp connection. This is just going to tell us what power source we're using. Now, you guys saw outside that we do not have any power hooked up to this. So this battery system, the 48 volt lithium battery pack that the Bolt is equipped with, is equivalent to a 30 amp system. So on the batteries alone, we can run the air conditioning, the heater, lights, everything. No need for additional power. Down below, we've got the controls for our Trumacombi. This is going to be our heat, hot water, as well as just a fan, just to move air around inside of this motorhome. Moving back towards the door, up above this, we've got the actual battery system. So this is our Volta system. That is a 48 volt lithium battery. This is how we turn it on and off. Now this state of charge is just your battery level at this time. So right now we're sitting at about 60% battery level. Down below, we've got the control for our 3600 watt inverter. This is what's going to take the 12 volt power or 48 volt power from the batteries and make it 12 or 110 volt to make it usable inside the motorhome. Awning control, so if I push in, that awning we saw on the outside is going to start coming in. Awning light, and then these are just going to be your various interior lights. In the front of the Bolt, we've got some additional seating here right behind the driver's seat. We do have a 3-point seat belt, so this is a legal place to sit while you're traveling. This table can be removed and stowed to get it out of the way for someone who is sitting here, give them a little extra legroom, movement room. And then both the driver and passenger seat in the Winnebago Boldt do swivel around. Personally, I prefer to do it from the outside, but it's absolutely possible from the inside. Maybe. So someone turned this around the wrong way on me. Let's go ahead and do this real quick. There we go. So, like I said, I prefer to do it from the outside where I have plenty of room to work and see what I'm doing, but you can do it from inside or outside. So that will turn around, and then every 70 BL does come with the Laguna table. So it just flips up. Great place for the passenger to sit and eat, or, you know, just additional living space when you're at your campground. As far as the cab of this Winnebago Boldt, again, Mercedes Sprinter chassis. So go ahead and get it started up here. Now this thing is powered by a 3.0 liter turbo diesel, 188 horsepower, 325 foot-pounds of torque. We have power seats for both the driver and passenger side, and they do have 3 memory slots for additional drivers. We also have heated seats in the Winnebago Boldt, power windows, power locks, all the stuff you would expect on a Mercedes chassis. Now on the steering wheel here on the left side, we've got all the controls for our cruise control. So we can increase or decrease our follow length with the adaptive system that Mercedes puts in these. On the right side, we can control the in-buck system. So right now I'm just scrolling through radio channels, or I can go back, look at my navigation system, or I can actually monitor what my engine is doing. So right now it's just telling me my battery voltage is at 100 or 14.7 volts. It'll show me how much torque the engine's producing, how much horsepower the engine's producing, oil temperature, as well as transmission temperature. Move over to consumption, and it'll tell us what our average gas mileage is across the last 50 miles or so, or 30 minutes is what this is set to right now, but we can change that to what we want it to be. Here, just a couple extra things, so we can remote turn on our camera, that backup camera that's on the rear. Now if I actually put it in reverse, we'll get guidelines, as well as these sensors will give us an approximate distance of how far we are from any obstacles that we might hit. Automatically go to you can just flip to nav, radio, camera, or telephone just at the touch of a button. Down below here, all of our HVAC controls. So we do have a max defrost mode. That's just going to turn on max heat on the windshield, as well as air conditioning. We can switch it, you know, to our feet, to our heads, wherever we want that air to be flowing. And then last but not least, 4 cup holders for the driver and passenger of this Winnebago Boldt. And I think that's pretty much going to wrap up our walkthrough of this motorhome. Oh, again, I am Brian Moritz with Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. If you have any questions about this unit, please feel free to give me a call. My phone number is 303-482-6375. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week.